Our group focused on the issue of child abuse. We work with the Children's Advocacy Center of Southwest Florida, provides free services to victims of child abuse and at-risk families. Child abuse is sadly very prevalent in the U.S. According to CDC, in the past year, 1 in 7 children have been victims of child abuse and neglect. Children who are victims of child abuse that don't get help can have issues that stay with them even when they get into adulthood. As you can see, the services provided by the Children's Advocacy Center of Southwest Florida are very necessary. And April is Child Abuse Prevention Month. The CEC is holding an online blue ribbon raffle for which our team has collected raffle items. Here are pictures of some of the things that we did. So this is our community partner, Lisa Rizzio. And this is me and Aleah. Well, we were getting some gift cards and we brought them to the CAC. And that's it.
So our team originally planned to volunteer with the children from the CAC, virtually or in person. Lisa, a very sweet CAC volunteer coordinator, gave us the option of gathering items for an online raffle that they're holding this April. The purpose of the raffle is to recognize Child Abuse Prevention Month, and they're calling it the Blue Ribbon Raffle. As a result, we donated 2 $50 Amazon gift cards, a $20 Killwins gift card, a free pizza certificate from Amore Pizza, a $25 gift card from Miller's Ale House, and individually sized wine bottles from Grand Oaks Liquor. Thankfully, the only roadblock we encountered was being neglected from certain businesses, so it could have been worse.
So for our project, we aim to help the Children's Advocacy Center of Southwest Florida, who help underprivileged kids and the less fortunate. We found this agency pretty important because no kid should have to wonder where their next meal is coming from. So our group planned to get donations and sponsorships from local businesses to then in turn give to the Children's Advocacy Center. And we had some minor roadblocks just with the COVID-19 pandemic and just in general, kind of getting to work around the face-to-face aspect and kind of adhere to social distancing. But beyond that, we did pretty well with kind of working with what we got and kind of did what we could with the situation. Some foundational elements that guided us were giving and leading, mainly in part because we made a conscious effort to seek out donors and sponsors to then, give that money to the CAC. And we had to utilize critical thinking pretty much throughout the duration of our project just to, brainstorm ways we could help the advocacy center that kind of adhere to that social distancing rather than, going there and kind of breaking those boundaries. I would say what I learned most was the importance of offering assistance to those who need it and, always being aware of the struggles that other people may face. I think in today's culture, we kind of put that to the side sometimes and kind of just be comfortable with what we have and don't really pay enough attention to those who don't have the same kind of standing. So I would also like, especially if, other people recognize this as well. So as a collective, we can kind of have just a greater impact on society as a whole.
For our civic engagement project, my team and I decided to partner with the Children's Advocacy Center of Southwest Florida. This nonprofit organization advocates for child abuse and neglect survivors. April is Child Abuse Awareness Month, and the CAC gave us the opportunity to raise funds and collect donations for the Blue Ribbon Raffle that they hold each year. My team and I traveled to local businesses as well as posted on our social media platforms to spread awareness about the nonprofit, what they do, and how these businesses can contribute to a good cause. In total, we raised 2 $50 Amazon gift cards, a $25 Miller's gift card, a $20 Killwins gift card, a $25 Target gift card, 6 wine bottles from Grand Oaks Liquor, a free pizza from Amore Pizza, and $40 in monetary donations. Overall, our project was a success, and we are all very thankful to have had the great opportunity to put service above self and help out for a good cause.
Our group partnered up with the Children's Advocacy Center of Southwest Florida. The Children's Advocacy Center main focus is helping at-risk families and troubled children and giving them the resources they need to get back on their feet and improve as a person and together as a family. The CAC has helped over 34,000 children who are victims of child abuse in Florida alone, with over 24,000 hotline reports, 7,000 alleged victims, and over 36,000 receiving for services in Florida alone. 34,000 is a very significant number. What our team planned was to reach out to different organizations, businesses, and big corporations like Target, Dollar Tree, Family Dollar, and ask for donations, and even local businesses and stores. And what our team was, we called different business and organizations. Since a lot of us were working remotely, we weren't able to seek donations from like local businesses and organizations, but we did go to a couple local stores and organizations and buildings, restaurants, and everything to receive donations. Other than that, like, we still received a good amount of donations, and we had a good sense of communication with the director and the students. We held meetings, to get an idea and understanding of what we had to do as a group, which was really good, of having like a good sense of communication. Some more evidence included, like, we had like an online fundraiser where we reposted, and I also have screenshots of two donors who donated like $5 and $15, like family and friends. Basically, I reached out to a good amount of people on Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. So that's how I reposted the fundraiser online through social media, and I also reposted different ways to advocate for child abuse and raise awareness on the topic of child abuse. The connection to the course, the elements and techniques we use were like serving and giving, where we took the time out of our day, like we gave our time to call and email and walk into different businesses, corporations, and stores to try and gather donations and give them donation forms and information about the CAC and their project and what they do. And we also like serve the organization by doing the volunteer work, basically like for raising funds and trying to get the message out about our ribbon raffle. And with critical thinking and civil dialogue, like, we definitely had to strategize different ways we were going to be able to collect donations, especially with COVID delaying a lot of communication between organizations and businesses. Like, it was really hard to reach out like through email and phone call, and a lot of times they didn't allow you to come in person, so that it was like a big, like, we really had to strategize different ways we could get donations. And with civil dialogue, we definitely had to like try and spread the awareness of like child abuse and how prevalent it is, so we can resolve it as an issue altogether and have these statistics of child abuse go down exponentially. In relation to civic engagement as well, the sustainable development goals that relate to our project is good health and well-being, because our focus is giving like these children and the families the help that they need, especially with housing and food and water, as well as counseling and therapeutic services from traumatic experience they may have. And with quality education, we definitely had to educate different amounts of people about the issue of child abuse and how it affects people, what they may need, and the statistics of child abuse in Florida and America. And with reduced inequalities, we're trying to reduce the inequality between a parent and child, or more of the sense of parents controlling their children instead of taking care of them. Because a lot of times parents think they can control their children and they can do whatever they want with them because that's their child, like they own them. Honorable mentions are no poverty and zero hunger. Is because the CAC definitely does provide food banks and housing for impoverished families, and they have food drives, where people can come in and pick up like food, like canned food and etc. And finally, from my perspective, personally, I learned from this project is talking to business and organizations like in a professional environment over the phone and in person. That's a good experience to take along with me as I go to try and find jobs or promote different businesses in the future. So it's just valuable information to have. And I just also learned in connection to class, I feel like the CAC definitely does give people and family and children what they actually need instead of kind of walking around the issue that they actually need to address and help them with, because I feel like that's what a lot of organizations do. But the CAC definitely provides these troubled families and at-risk children with the resources that they need and advocates for them willingly by spreading awareness of child abuse. And I also provided the child abuse hotline on this slide and the number for the Children Advocacy Center of Southwest Florida. And something I want the class to know is that the child abuse is a very important issue and definitely needs to be talked about, so we can gain more awareness and kind of destroy the negative stigma of receiving the help and resources that you need for childhood trauma. 90% of children are victimized by people that they know, meaning teachers, parents, family friends, and etc. And 1 in 5 of children are abused in the U.S. So that could even mean any of us, somebody that you know personally. And speaking from personal experience, I've known plenty of children and many friends who've been affected by childhood trauma, of abuse, emotional, physical, psychological abuse from their parents. And it's so normalized that we need to destroy the normalization of child abuse in America. Thank you. These are my resources.